the Jews control the fake news media, but they didn't control Project Veritas. And so when Project Veritas presented the Diversity Hires Gone Wild, where what is that, Pfizer ended up getting caught off guard and admitting that they were manipulating the viruses to create situations where the people would be reliant on Pfizer for the vaccines, for the cure. So they create the virus and then they sell you the cure.
Yes, they create the problem
and then when you look into Pfizer, from the very top down, it's controlled by the Jews. And the golem, Kanye West, known as Gay, pointed that out, and of course he joined Dave Chappelle as being a white supremacist. So anytime that Blackie, or a golem as they call him, end up pointing out the reality of what happens, the Jews take over. So I'm going to get into this in more depth, but it turns out that this hostile takeover that's happening with James O'Keefe is being led by Matthew Tyrmand, one of the most obnoxious simps on this platform. And here's an example of what he's talking about. And of course, this guy is a Jew. Matthew Tyrmand on Twitter says, "Me neither, I'm Jewish. FF's and least anti-Semitic person on earth. I grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn, an Orthodox name celebrating Sukkot and Purim." By the way, what's so anti-Semitic in that article? Because I don't get it, Martin Makowski asked. Matthew Tyrmand says, "Agree to disagree. I'll flip it on you. You're alleging I'm an anti-Semite despite being Jewish. This feels anti-Semitic to me. I'm now triggered." So Matthew goes on to say, "Great job. AP NYT picks up and covers PL Polish-Jewish relations truthfully for a change." Anyway, the point being, and nobody's covering this in the fake news media, but Project Veritas is one of the last actual true journalistic entities on earth. These people have integrity and they're being taken down. And the thing is, when you look closely at this guy who's on the board of directors and who apparently has created this coup at Project Veritas, the closer you look, the more it starts smelling quite suspiciously like another Jewish takeover of the media. So, like Kanye West said, yeah, the Jews control the media, and like with the Golem, when they create this, like they created the media, the newspapers, and then the television news and all that stuff, and when it gets out of control, like with Project Veritas, they have to infiltrate it, and they have to kill it, essentially. They got to get rid of it. So using what Kanye West taught us, which is the Talmud, which states clearly in the Talmud that Jews may use lies to circumvent the Goy Gentile. If you watched James O'Keefe's resignation, which, bravo, that man is a modern day hero. He is the definition of a journalist in the dictionary, if it's worth anything in truth. The photo of James O'Keefe should be in the dictionary under the definition of journalist, because this guy has what almost no journalists have nowadays, except for citizen journalists for the most part, who are now the news. We are now the news. He has integrity. This guy is being run out of Project Veritas, and I tell you what, I stopped following Project Veritas on my Gab and Getter accounts, and I suggest anybody who follows Project Veritas on Getter or on Gab should stop following Project Veritas. As a matter of fact, let me show you my latest entries on Gab and on Getter. Is this, and I recommend people start doing this. Unfollowed at Project Veritas. I stand with James. As a matter of fact, on Gab, over 100,000 people stopped following Project Veritas as of last night before I went to bed. And I haven't checked this morning, but yeah, Project Veritas is dead. Without James O'Keefe and with this guy in charge of the board of directors, uh, you're not going to get the news. What you're going to get is you're going to get a bunch of lies. And the timing of this is amazing. That after Project Veritas exposed to the world the crimes against humanity that are being committed by Pfizer in the name of money, which is what I learned when I was hanging out at the synagogue with my Jewish homies. It's part of the Goy genocide plan. And so they got this guy in here to infiltrate, and yeah, so something's up. I smell a rat, and with this nose, you can smell a rat from a mile away. So anyway, after visiting the synagogue, I went with my Jewish homies over to the local mall so that we could entertain the children and show them how we can basically take money from the goy. The dumb goy throw their money into these fountains thinking they can actually make a wish come true. But we take our kids over there and we teach them how to steal from the goy. And we see no shame in it because, again, in the Talmud, it states it clearly that you should show no mercy to the goy. And if the goy are stupid enough to throw their money away, then why not? Show no mercy to the Gentiles. Even the best of goyim should all be killed. So yeah, it was just another fun day at the synagogue with my homies, and yeah. So let's get back into the Black History Month podcast. Whoops.